Good evening and thank you for joining us for Krempton News at 10 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. New tonight, President Biden says the nation will go after the terrorists who carried out a deadly attack outside the Kabul airport that killed at least 13 U.S. service members, injured 18, and left dozens of Afghans dead. The attack is one of the highest single-day American death tolls in the 20-year war in Afghanistan. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has more from Washington.
President Biden vowed retribution against ISIS-K for the Kabul airport attack that killed more than a dozen U.S. troops and scores of Afghan civilians.
We will not forgive. We will not forget. We will hunt you down and make you pay.
The terror group ISIS-K claimed responsibility, posting a picture of the alleged suicide bomber.
I've also ordered my commanders to develop operational plans to strike ISIS-K assets, leadership, and facilities.
Despite the terror, President Biden said the evacuation of Americans and Afghan allies is pressing ahead.
We will not be deterred by terrorists. We will not let them stop our mission. We will continue the evacuation.
Thursday's carnage at the airport and a nearby hotel came just 5 days before U.S. troops were set to pull out of Afghanistan entirely. General Frank McKenzie, who's overseeing the Afghanistan evacuation effort, says U.S. forces remain on high alert.
We assess the threat of a suicide-borne vehicle threat is high right now.
President Biden called the fallen service members heroes, and at the White House, the flag was lowered to half staff in their honor.
We have some sense, like many of you do, what the families of these brave heroes are feeling today.
Republicans blame the casualties on the commander-in-chief's withdrawal plan. GOP Senate leader Mitch McConnell wrote, "This murderous attack offers the clearest possible reminder that terrorists will not stop fighting the United States just because our politicians grow tired of fighting them." Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Earlier today, Eastern Washington Congresswoman Cathy Morris Rogers sat down one-on-one in an exclusive interview with our political reporter Casey Decker. They spoke after we learned about the attack in Kabul, but before we knew American soldiers had died. We pressed the Congresswoman on whether preventing the Taliban takeover was ever a practical goal and asked what is being done locally to take in Afghans who helped America that are now fleeing their country.
I believe that the way that this withdrawal took place did not set up the Afghan security forces, the Afghan government for success. And unfortunately now we're seeing a lot of our work unravel and the Taliban take control of the region.
Seeing the Taliban take control again so quickly, do you think that setting a goal of preventing the Taliban from retaking control was ever a realistic goal?
I know that we had made significant progress, that we were seeing where we had more people in Afghanistan that wanted a different future. And I think especially about the women and the girls. And I had the chance to go to Afghanistan several years ago now, but to hear their dreams and their hopes, it was a different future.
If you're an interpreter trying to get onto a plane and get out of Afghanistan right now, what does that process look like?
That process is very confusing and it is a frightening process. When you think about trying to make your way to an airport where the gates are closed right now and having your name on a list, it is a frightening prospect and it is a very difficult process trying to get out of Afghanistan right now.
Do you think we'll be able to help some of these folks resettle here?
Yes, actually that's already been happening. I've had the opportunity to sit down with Afghan families that are already here in Eastern Washington. We're working with people from Eastern Washington that are trying to get their interpreters out, trying to get their family members out of Afghanistan. We are working every day on trying to get their names on list. It's been difficult to get answers from the State Department. It's been very slow, but we're pushing every day, trying to get as many of these people out as possible.
Now, we understand this is a lot of information and the situation in Afghanistan is constantly changing. So for updates sent directly to your phone, just text us the word crisis to 509-448-2000. New tonight, even as Kootenai Health struggled to keep up with the surge of unvaccinated coronavirus patients, the North Idaho College Board of Trustees today voted to rescind the college's mask mandate. The NIC president announced the mandate last week that required students, staff, and visitors to wear double-layer face coverings while in class with other students. That mandate went into effect on Monday. NIC administration implemented the mandate due to the rising COVID-19 cases. However, during a special meeting this afternoon, the board voted 3-2 in favor of doing away with the mask mandate. Idaho Governor Brad Little announcing today that he is launching antibody treatment centers in the state. He will also direct $10 million in American Rescue Fund planned funds to increase hospital capacity across the state. There will be 3 monoclonal antibody treatment facilities in North Idaho, Eastern Idaho, and the Treasure Valley. Now, according to a statement from the governor's office, North Idaho will be the priority due to low vaccination rates there. Monoclonal antibody treatment uses therapeutic medications to treat COVID-19 and to attempt to prevent severe symptoms. Governor Little released a statement that reads in part, "There are too many unvaccinated people in our hospitals right now. We need to reduce the number of COVID-19 hospitalizations so everyone else can continue to access health care for strokes, heart attacks, car accidents, and other emergencies. We need more Idahoans to choose to get the vaccine." The coronavirus continues to hit Spokane hard as well, but new data shows the virus has made it to our most vulnerable population. The Spokane Health District released data today that reports COVID-19 outbreaks at 8 different Spokane homeless shelters.
If no one thought it was going to be for the next, 18 months, 2 years, that we would be actively dealing with outbreaks and cases and restrictions and all this. So, yeah, interesting to say the least.
UGM says of their 27 infected, 1 person died, another was hospitalized this month. In Spokane County, there were 310 new cases of coronavirus today. Right now, there are 211 patients hospitalized with COVID-19 in Spokane County. Taking a look now at vaccination rates by zip code in our area, the 99011 area code has the lowest rate with just 7.2% vaccinated. That is Fairchild Air Force Base, however. So it's important to keep in mind that vaccines administered by the U.S. Department of Defense or the VA hospital are not reported to Washington State. Meantime, the highest vaccination rate is in the 99203 zip code with a 68% of residents there vaccinated. About 52% of eligible Spokane County residents are now fully vaccinated. New student orientation for Gonzaga students starts tomorrow, and according to the university, 86% of students and staff are already fully vaccinated. Gonzaga advises incoming students who have not been vaccinated to schedule their first shot or receive an exemption, as COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are rising locally and across the nation for that matter. GU is still enacting its mask policy and other safety measures while on campus. New student orientation starts on Friday through Monday. Classes for the 2021 fall semester will begin on the following Tuesday. Good luck to all the students. All right, let's pause from the headlines for a moment to talk weather. Meteorologist Michelle Voss joining us tonight. And Michelle, our fantastic weather continues so far this week. We did, though, deal with a little bit of wildfire smoke that moved in earlier today.
Yeah, our air quality was in the moderate range for most of the day today. We do look for some improvement as we get into tomorrow. Might start off the weekend a little bit on a cool note and maybe see a few sprinkles as we take a look at satellite and radar right now. We've got mostly cloudy skies, seeing a little bit of rain just start to move in just east of the Cascades in north central Washington. If Spokane sees any wet weather overnight and tomorrow morning, it's not going to amount to much. Maybe a couple of sprinkles here and there. I'll likely see much more shower activity tomorrow afternoon in North Idaho and into northwest Montana. But temperatures very pleasant this late evening, 67 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Under 70 degrees right now in Moses Lake and a very comfortable 71 in Lewiston. So a good night to be opening those windows. Again, our air quality is currently in the moderate category, but we do expect some improvements overnight and into tomorrow. So it should be back into the good category for the start of our weekend. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. Mostly cloudy skies. This particular model not too optimistic on any rain in Spokane, but again, we could see a few sprinkles through tomorrow morning. Otherwise, we should see partly cloudy skies by Friday afternoon. A cool start with highs in the lower 70s, but warming up to near 80 on Saturday. Lots of sunshine for the weekend. On Sunday, highs in the lower 80s.
Pretty good looking forecast right there, Michelle. Thank you very much. Well, the first day of school is right around the corner for kids across the region. So what will school look like this year? Well, we'll take you inside a local high school and talk to the principal about that coming up after the break.